Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are having a bit of fun with a deck that I've brewed myself. So this will probably be the last video that I put out before Phyrexia All Will Be One is released, probably the day after this video goes out. And so I just thought we would play a deck that isn't necessarily the best, but it combines two of my great loves in Magic the Gathering, and that is the Grixis colour combination, so black, blue, red, and Arclight Phoenix. So you may spot looking at this deck that it is actually a Dimir shell, and it only splashes red for Phoenix, and given the way that Phoenix works, and that ideally you want to get it into the graveyard and then recur it with cheap spells, you'll often go through entire games where you don't actually use any red mana. So it's really a Dimir deck that also happens to play Phoenix, and apart from that, it kind of operates in a very similar way to the other Phoenix shells that you've seen. So our creatures are 4 copies of Arclight Phoenix, as expected, and 4 copies of Ledger Shredder, which is 1 and a blue for a 1/3 flying, and whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Ledger Shredder connives. And so that will often happen on your turn because you're playing a lot of cheap spells, but it sometimes will happen on your opponent's turn as well, depending on what they're doing. And then the rest of the deck, apart from 2 Planeswalkers, which we'll come to in a minute, or 2 copies of the same Planeswalker, I should say, is just cheap spells which you can use to fuel the graveyard and eventually bring back your Phoenixes and attack with large Ledger Shredders as well. So we've got 4 copies of Consider and 4 copies of Opt, so the 1 mana blue cantrips, which many people will be familiar with. 2 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst as a cheap removal spell that can also act as a more expensive one later in the game if you need it. 4 Fatal Push and 4 Thoughtseize to act as hand disruption for your opponent, because not only is it a 1 mana spell, but it's obviously very powerful in disrupting your opponent's game plan, for the similar reason that we have Thought Erasure, which acts in a similar way. It is more expensive, but it also doesn't cost you 2 life and allows you to surveil afterwards, so you can perhaps get rid of a dead land or put another Phoenix in the bin if you particularly want to. And then we have the full 8 copies of the Draw 2 Discard 1 card, so 4 copies of Charter Course and 4 Tainted Indulgence, and then 2 Go for the Throats as just another spot removal to take out potentially problematic non-artifact creatures. And then we have 2 copies of Kaito from Kamigawa. So this is an interesting Planeswalker that starts on 3 loyalty and phases out at the end of the first turn he's in play, so he protects himself that way a little. And his +1 is draw a card and then discard a card unless you attack this turn, so it's another way of cycling through getting another Phoenix in the bin or whatever it may be. -2 is create a blue 1/1 ninja creature token with this creature can't be blocked. And then his -7 isn't particularly relevant in this deck, but if you ever do get there, you can potentially go up and fetch a Ledger Shredder. And then our mana base is entirely lands which produce blue and black. There is some red production here on the other side of the Blightstep pathway, and 2 copies of Mana Confluence, but as I say, various times you may never even actually use these for red. And then looking at the sideboard, we have 3 copies of Unlicensed Hearth, so Graveyard Interaction, 3 Mystical Disputes to bring in against blue decks, another Kaito, just in case we particularly feel the need for another copy of that Planeswalker. He can be very good in certain situations. 2 copies of Kalitas to use against aggressive decks as a big lifelink creature that can also help stabilize the board by creating other creature tokens. 3 copies of Go Blank to interact with our opponent's hand again, and also exile their graveyard. And then the final bit of the sideboard, which is an interesting addition, is 3 copies of Extinction Event. So this is a mass removal spell, which you might sometimes think, well, that's not very good in Phoenix. But all of our creatures, all 8 of them, have even mana costs, so you can potentially, particularly against mono green, which plays almost exclusively odd casting cost creatures, this can be a very powerful one-sided sweeper, and as mono green is currently tearing up the format, I think that is probably a sensible addition to the sideboard. We'll see how it works out. So as I say, I brewed this deck myself. I'm not a brewer, so it may not work particularly well, but and I think, you know, Phoenix doesn't really work in Explorer without the delve spells, as I think many people have said. So I've tested it once. We eked out a narrow win against a Simic Paradox combo, but let's, you know, it's the final day of this particular era of the format. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's jump onto the ladder. I know people enjoy watching Phoenix decks. I enjoy playing them. So let's just see how we do. So I did get a chance to pre-release with Phyrexia last night. My seal pull wasn't very good, so I didn't do great, but it's an interesting format. There's a lot of toxic running around. It's very plausible to die to poison counters, and I think it's a very aggressive format, so you have to, if you're blocking, you're probably in trouble. Let's open with a Thoughtseize. So control. Let's take one of their verdicts. Pass and just hold up opt. No other fatal push I don't think we need. So let's try Thought Erasuring them. Fair enough. Go ahead. What are they up to? So they foretold probably their Behold the Multiverse. So let's Thoughtseize them. Take Tethers. Thought Erasure them. Take their Verdict. Pop Phoenix in the bin. Have some red. Maybe that's a counter spell then, because they've still got their Behold. Let's play Tainted Indulgence. Pop another Phoenix in the bin. Chart a course. See if they want to counter this. I probably would if I were them. Nope. Still, it doesn't help us. That's fine, we'll pass the turn. Just let them get on with it. Yep, so they are running 2 Behold. Wasn't sure there. So let's play Shredder. Play Opt. Nope. Still can't quite get to 3, unfortunately. So our opponent can go again. This land mix is not helping us either, to be honest. Too much black. Okay, hard casting Shark Typhoon, that is a hell of a flex. So let's try and do what we can here. Okay, that will do. Okay, let's just see how many sharks they can make. We have push for 1. Sure. Gets rid of our shredder and their own shark, so that's not too bad. Alright, let's hard cast a Phoenix. Fine. We'll pay the 2. Arena's having another temper tantrum and lagging again. I've never known a game take up more computer usage than this one. I'm really not sure what's going on inside its. Yep. Not enough. Okay, good. So we survived the hard cast Shark Typhoon there, so let's go to game 2. Board in Mystical Dispute. So I think I'm going to take out at least 2 of the fatal pushes. I'm going to leave in the more targeted removal because I think they might bring in their angels against our deck. Yep, let's just go like this. Sure. Let's consider what we want to do. We'll keep a land. No, I'm happy to slow roll for a bit. Yep. So control, they always have the sensor. It's opt. Yeah, I will keep that just because it might be necessary for getting phoenixes in the bin. I'd rather it was a land, but it's thought erasure. It may have Dovin's veto. Nope. Yeah, this is interesting. Teferi, I'm not bothered about. March is an exile. Let's take one of their marches. Ditch that. We are heavily signposting Mystical Dispute here, so let's see if they play around it. Nope. Okay, let's play Kaito. So they're holding up a deluge. Let's go again. Let's consider. No, no, no. Okay, it's a land, but not the ideal one, so let's just play Shredder. Hopefully next turn we can give it a go. If they want to counter here, it will stop them from deluging. Yep. Okay, deluge main phase. We indeed love to see it. Okay, let's make a start. Bird, bird, bird. Well, just bird, bird. It was my understanding that everyone had heard. Temporary lockdown does nothing for them here, but they will be able to deluge next turn, which is not nothing. Or potentially this turn if they wanted to main phase it. Nope, they're going to verdict instead, that's fine. So that's Tainted Indulgence. Thought Erasure. Keep Go for the throat, just in case they play anything nasty, like an angel. Nope, they've seen enough. Good, good. Okay, that went pretty well against control. Let's try another. So we're back for match 2. Apologies, by the way, if you can pick up on the sniffing. It's taken me a lot longer to shake this cold than I thought it would. It's pretty annoying. So we've only got one land, but we've got enough draw spells, so I don't think it matters. So let's keep. Our opponent seems to be in the tank. Okay, let's open with a Thoughtseize. Ah, so they're playing Phoenix of their own. Okay, slightly different variant. Let's take away their ability to search for cards. Let's opt for Kaito. Play a tap land. So they are playing what you might consider to be more traditional Phoenix. Let's consider. Yep, we'll grab an Otawara. Say go. Izzet Phoenix, how old-fashioned. Don't they know that Dimir is the new Izzet? Or is it? Oh, well, we've got removal for days, but nothing to really do with it. Okay, so they're not recurring their phoenixes this turn. That's good news. Yep. Endlessly durdling through our fatal pushes. Thought sees them. Take their Drake. Play another land. So we're both in please don't cast any creatures mode. They've got no targets for... To be fair, neither do we. So... Okay, they're discarding their hands. That's an interesting move. Yeah, no, I'm happy to kill their rocks. Okay, let's go searching ourselves. Okay, we seem to be stuck. So when our opponent can chain 3 spells together, we may be in trouble. But they are not yet at the point of being able to do so. Okay, that's fine. We can kill both of those. So let's... They do get to get some value off the shredder. Should have done that the other way around. There's a learning point for you. And well, looks like we're playing our own, hard casting our own Phoenix. Okay, got another Drake. And another Shredder. Okay, let's run it back again. We are looking very precarious here, but okay. All 4 Phoenixes, eh? Must be nice. I'm hovering, I'm ready. Oh, who could be bothered? Right, so let's bring in this. What are we taking out? I think we are taking out a couple of pushes at least. All of the hand interaction. I think that will do. Okay. Sure. Quite invested in winning this one, just so that it doesn't automatically prove that the way I built Phoenix is worse than the way they built it. But we'll see. We'll see. Don't think we need that at the moment. Kaito could be a good one. Yeah, sure, we'll just push that. Stop them getting too much value. Let's play a ninja. Okay, they are bitter. Yeah, that's their first Phoenix. Okay. That is tasty. No, we don't need to do that yet. Just in case they somehow manage to chain together another. No, I think I'm happy to dispute that. Okay, let's eat Phoenix and Drake. Good name for a band, I like it. Let's let them go again. I'm happy to just durdle while they can't really use their graveyard for things. Okay, another Shredder. Hazard. Sure. Stops us minusing Kaito, I suppose. Let's eat those two things. Let's indulge ourselves for a moment. Yep. Let's consider. Don't really mind because we're going to kill it anyway. Yep, I'll take another land. Cool. Fatal push. Don't think we need another hearse. So let our opponent go. Okay, they are all shredder all the time here. Fair enough. Let's keep eating their graveyard. Finally. Let's let them go. So we're merrily ticking away along here. Let's see if they have any graveyard hate of their own. Okay, Drake's good. Right, let's this is an interesting one. No, I quite like doing this. Just totally rob them of their hands. Kaito's dying anyway. Might eat a couple of cards from my own graveyard. Okay, let's taintedly indulge. That's a good one. Let's go for the throat. Let's indulge ourselves once more. Okay, this time they've not going to have it, but that is enough to bring back our Phoenix. Say go. So next turn. So let's eat those 2 cards. Yep, didn't get to attack with our rather large hearse. That's fine. Okay, the big decider. I quite like the configuration we've got here. We've got plenty of graveyard interaction. They don't seem to have brought any in, but they might have just not drawn it. I might pop in one extinction event, just in case they have a bit of a more explosive start than we do, and take out... let's take out 1 charter course. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. Would prefer some graveyard interaction, but not to be. Shredder, shredder. Ooh. What a world. Okay, they're charting their own course. Phoenix. We hope for the best. It's not ideal. See if they have their own mystical dispute. No, spell pierce, that's okay. See what turn they can chain together here. Oh, just a Drake. Oh, God. Okay, that's pretty good. So, I think I'm happy to just see what they can do. No, I think I'll take the 2 here. It's only 2. Okay, another Drake. I think I'm happy to bop one of them down now. See, we're going all land, no other spells. Okay. Ah, this is annoying. Oh, come on. Let's Ledger Shredder. Take out one of their Drakes. Discard another Phoenix. So at least we're now staring down the same barrel. Come on, bring your Phoenixes back. No, still not interested. Do your worst. Fair enough. Yep, looks like they're going to get there. Mono crackling Drakes was just too much for us. We never got to pull the trigger on this, which was disappointing. Nope, that is a shame. Never mind. Okay, I think we've got time for one more. The last match in this era. So we'll be back later in the week playing with some of the new Phyrexia All Will Be One cards. I'm quite excited. We'll probably start with Mono Black Devotion. We'll pop in Obliterator and Arena to a Nykthos deck and see how that does. Okay, looks like red of some description. So let's see what they've got going on. Oh yes, mono red, mono red. What don't I like here? Let's take Fable. Bin another land. So let's play Kaito. Tick up. Okay, so we have a Phoenix. So let's ditch this one. Play Opt. Play Charter Course. Push their Emissary. Bird. Okay, that was a pretty good turn. See what they can do in response. Chain Whirler. Let's kill Kaito. Okay, that's Tainted Indulgence. Play a Ledger Shredder. Land. Bird again. So they're currently dead on board. So if they have Embercleave, that gets them up to 13, not enough. Let's opt. Have another Shredder. I don't like their vibe here, so let's just attack with both Phoenixes. Yep. Again, we just have to make one block here. Bone Crusher is fine. Okay. Yep. Just about got there in the end there. So, Kalitas. A couple of extinction events. Let's take out... Thirst is too slow. Thoughtseize is too punishing. Maybe a couple of... 3 mana don't do anything is pretty bad actually against mono red. Let's try that. Yep, that's not bad. Okay, Phoenixes for days. Just hope we're not too slow in getting to use them. Bolt. May as well land Kaito then. Get him to start popping our Phoenixes in the bin. Fable. So we're going to have a bit of fun here. Oh, it's the dream. Now let's see if they play Anger of the Gods. Ooh, Goldspan Dragon. And oh, interesting, okay. More of a devotion shell then, perhaps. Chandra's a good one. Okay, they're popping off a bit here. Let's see what they can do. Bone Crusher. How moved am I to kill Chandra? Yeah, I think I'm happy to just do this for the moment. Now they're just one turn away from dead, and we've definitely got the 3 spells chain if we need it. Sorry, Kaito. Okay, let's see which one they pick. That might actually save them, because if I don't have a target for go for the throat... No, we're fine. chortle, etc. 4 birds, 4 birds, 4 birds. Seriously. Nothing like Phoenix going off when it does. So yeah, that was Dimir / Grixis Phoenix. Hope you enjoyed that video. I certainly enjoyed playing it and recording it, so thank you as always. Please like, comment, subscribe, do everything social that tells people this channel exists. I'm really enjoying the interaction that I've had so far, and yeah, I will see you for Phyrexia All Will Be One. See you in a bit.